There's one SUV on this list that mechanics say could hit 300,000 miles without a single major repair, but it's not the brand you're thinking of. Most people don't find out which cars truly last until it's too late, when the engine light's flashing and the warranty's long gone. So today, I'm breaking down 8 SUVs of 2025 that dealers trust, mechanics respect, and owners refuse to trade in, and one of them shocked even me. If you're buying an SUV in 2025, you better know this list, because reliability isn't just about brand names anymore. And trust me, the last SUV on our list might just be the most reliable SUV of the decade, and you'd never guess it. 2025 Honda CR-V, the SUV that never comes back. You know how some cars just disappear off your radar after they're sold? That's the CR-V. When someone buys one, I don't hear from them again. Not because they're unhappy, but because nothing ever goes wrong. This 2025 version tightens up everything that's made it a quiet legend. Stronger chassis, sharper handling, and the same 1.5-liter turbo, putting out a reliable 190 horsepower. But it's the hybrid model that really shines. 204 horses, ultra-smooth delivery, and a fuel economy rating that's saved my clients thousands over the years. No lag, no weird transitions, just seamless power every time you hit the gas. I've seen these rack up 90,000 plus miles with nothing more than routine oil changes, and when you sit inside, it still feels new. Everything is laid out with purpose, real knobs, intuitive controls, and no over-engineered distractions. Honda's sensing suite comes standard, too. Adaptive cruise, emergency braking, and lane assist that actually works without annoying the driver. And if you want numbers, J.D. Power gave it an 85 for quality and reliability, and Consumer Reports expects above-average dependability based on long-term owner data. But forget the stats. Here's what matters. No one I've sold a CR-V to has ever come back with regrets. And in this business, that says everything. Acura MDX. Luxury that doesn't turn into a repair bill. You ever look at a luxury SUV and wonder how fast it'll start falling apart once the warranty runs out? That's what makes the 2025 Acura MDX such a rare exception. It's built to impress and built to last. I've seen owners hold on to these for 10 years and still brag about how little they've spent on repairs. Under the hood, you get a 3.5-liter V6 that's been battle-tested, smooth, responsive, and incredibly low maintenance. And it's paired with Acura's updated 10-speed automatic, which shifts like butter without hunting or lagging. What sets the MDX apart isn't just the engine, it's how everything works together. You don't get buggy infotainment or glitchy driver assist systems. Acura's ELS audio, digital cluster, and touchpad interface are all finely tuned and easy to live with. And the cabin? It's refined, but not over-designed. Real materials, smart layout, and nothing that feels fragile. Where it really locks in the value. Acura Watch comes standard. That's adaptive cruise, collision mitigation, road departure prevention, lane keeping. All of it baked in. And it doesn't overwhelm you with false alerts. It just works, the way safety tech should. Consumer Reports consistently ranks Acura's V6 platforms among the most reliable in the luxury segment, and J.D. Power gives the MDX high marks for long-term quality. But forget the ratings for a second. What matters to me is this. No unexpected breakdowns. No nasty service bills. No regrets 5 years down the line. Mazda CX5, the SUV that feels expensive without being one. You ever drive something that just feels like it was built with intention? That's the CX5. It's the only compact SUV I've driven that makes you question whether it's really under $35,000, because it drives like a luxury crossover and holds up like a tank. I've recommended the 2025 Mazda CX5 to friends, clients, even family, and I've yet to see one regret it. This SUV doesn't just feel solid, it is solid. Doors close with that clean, satisfying thunk, and even after 3 or 5 years, there's no rattle, no squeak, no weird wear spots. Now, under the hood, you've got options. The standard 2.5-liter engine is smooth and reliable, but if you're craving performance, the turbocharged version pushes 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque on premium fuel. And it's not just numbers. It moves with confidence. No lag lag, no hesitation. Mazda even tuned the throttle and steering to feel precise. It drives more like a tall hatchback than a bloated crossover. Inside, it's equally refined. Even the mid-trim models come with soft-touch panels, a leather-wrapped wheel, and Mazda's 10.25-inch infotainment screen with that slick rotary dial. There's no overcomplication, no bloated tech, just clean, intuitive control. And then there's safety. The iActiveSense suite is standard across the board. Blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, all tuned to be helpful, not annoying. More importantly, I've never had a customer come back complaining about it. Not once. Look, this isn't a hype SUV. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't try to be futuristic. But if you want a vehicle that drives great, lasts long, and doesn't cost a fortune to maintain, the CX5 is the underrated king of compact reliability. Toyota 4Runner, the last real SUV standing. There's a reason people hang on to their 4Runners like they're family heirlooms, because they don't make them like this anymore. The 2025 Toyota 4Runner still rides on a true body-on-frame platform, just like a truck. With a 4.0-liter V6 that's so overbuilt, it feels almost stubborn. No turbos, no hybrid systems, no fragile tech, just raw, mechanical reliability that survived decades of real-world abuse. I've had customers cross 250,000 miles without a single major issue. No timing chain disasters, no transmission failures, no surprise repair bills. That kind of reliability, you don't find it in today's crossover crowd. Sure, it's not flashy, but that's the point. The 4Runner was never about touchscreen gimmicks. It's about skipping the repair shop and keeping your maintenance costs low for the long haul. And get this, the resale value is just unreal. I've seen people drive one for 10 years and still sell it for over half of what they paid. That doesn't happen with most SUVs, but it happens with the 4Runner. Inside, it's simple and durable. Big buttons, thick plastics, nothing delicate. You get Toyota Safety Sense 2, adaptive cruise, lane departure alert, pre-collision braking, all standard, all reliable. If you want an SUV that doesn't fold under pressure, on the trail, in the snow, or just after 250,000 miles, this is it. 2025 Lexus RX, luxury that refuses to break. I've driven a lot of luxury SUVs. Most of them look great until you start seeing dashboard warnings and repair bills at 70,000 miles. But the Lexus RX? This one doesn't flinch. The 2025 RX 350 runs a 2.4-liter turbo with 275 horsepower. Smooth, responsive, and built to last. But the real showstopper? The RX 500 HF Sport Performance. It pairs that same engine with a high-output hybrid motor, cranking out 366 horsepower while actually reducing engine wear. Less stress on moving parts means fewer problems down the road, and that's where long-term value starts adding up. The adaptive suspension is no gimmick either. It adjusts in real time to the road, keeping you comfortable and extending the life of the chassis. That's engineering that pays off long after the lease is up. Inside, it's premium but practical. You get a massive 14-inch touchscreen, but they were smart. Real buttons for climate and audio still exist, which means less frustration and fewer failures over time. It's those design choices that make the RX feel built for real life, not just showroom flash. And of course, you're covered by Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0 with adaptive cruise, lane tracing, and pedestrian detection, not just for peace of mind, but for real insurance value and safety-rated performance. Here's what matters. The RX holds its value, costs less to maintain than its German rivals, and has a reputation for reliability that borders on boring in the best way possible. No drama, no breakdowns, no regrets. 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, the sleeper SUV that saves you thousands. You probably wouldn't expect Hyundai to land on a list like this, but that's exactly why the Santa Fe Hybrid is such a power move. It flies under the radar, and that's what makes it dangerous, in a good way. I've had buyers skip over this one, only to come back later and tell me, I wish I bought it the first time. Why? Because it saves you money in every way that actually matters. Let's start with the basics. You're getting a 226 horsepower hybrid system that transitions so smoothly between gas and electric. Most people don't even notice it's a hybrid. Real-world owners are reporting serious fuel savings and next to zero maintenance costs in the first 50,000 miles. And unlike some hybrids, this one doesn't feel sluggish or disconnected. It actually drives like a normal SUV, just smarter. starter. But here's what really makes it a sleeper. Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind you don't get from Toyota or Honda. It's built to last and backed like they mean it. Inside, clean, modern, and functional. Panoramic display, soft touch materials, smart layout, everything works, and nothing feels like a prototype. No buggy infotainment, no overloaded touchscreens, just practical design that won't fall apart in 3 years. If you're looking for hybrid fuel economy, top-tier warranty coverage, and luxury-level comfort without the luxury price tag, this is the SUV most buyers are overlooking, and they'll regret it. Toyota RAV4, the one you'll never need to replace. If I had to pick one SUV that just refuses to die, it's the Toyota RAV4. I've seen these hit 250,000 miles and still drive like new. No weird noises, no expensive repairs, no drama. The 2025 model sticks to what works. A proven 2.5-liter engine paired with an 8-speed automatic that shifts clean, doesn't hunt, and just does the job, whether you're in traffic or on a dirt road. But here's where it really wins. The hybrid version. It pushes 219 horsepower with one of the most reliable hybrid systems on the market. No lag, no stutter, and no unexpected shop visits. Toyota's been refining this tech for decades, and it shows. Owners are saving thousands in fuel and maintenance without sacrificing power. And it's not just about what's under the hood. This thing is built on Toyota's TNGA-K platform, which gives it a strong, stable ride, way more composed than most compact crossovers. Take it off-road? No problem. Daily commuter? Even better. Inside, the layout is refreshingly simple. Real buttons, fast response screens, hard-wearing materials that don't fall apart after a few winters. It's the kind of cabin that still feels new after 5 years, because it's built for real life, not Instagram. That's not just good for safety, it's good for insurance discounts and resale value too. Here's the thing, people don't buy RAV4s because they're flashy. They buy them because they work year after year, cost almost nothing to maintain, and hold their value like nothing else in their class. 2025 Subaru Forester, the SUV that refuses to die. I've worked with hundreds of SUVs over the years, but when someone says, I need something that'll survive the winter, the trails, and the next decade, I point them to the Forester. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it's damn near unkillable. The 2025 model keeps what makes this SUV special, starting with the 2.5-liter Boxer engine. It's a flat-4 setup that sits lower in the chassis, which means a lower center of gravity, better balance, and less body roll, something most crossovers can't touch. And more importantly, these engines go past 200,000 miles with nothing but scheduled maintenance. Paired with Subaru's linear tonic CVT, the power delivery is smooth and consistent. No jerks, no lag, no drama. And here's the big one. Full-time all-wheel drive. Not part-time, not a button. It's always on, always ready. Whether you're driving through snow, rain, gravel, or mud, it's one of the most reliable AWD systems in the business, and it's a major reason Forester owners keep coming back. Inside, it's functional over fancy, and that's a good thing. Big windows for visibility, physical controls where they matter, and an infotainment system that just works. No learning curve, no gimmicks, just gear you can trust. And every Forester comes with Subaru's EyeSight Safety Suite, adaptive cruise, lane centering, and pre-collision braking that works without overreacting. This isn't just safety for marketing, it's the kind that actually lowers risk and helps lower insurance premiums over time. What I love most? These SUVs show up, take the abuse, and don't complain. They're off-road capable, city-ready, and built to last longer than most people keep their cars. Let's be honest, features fade, but reliability sticks. These 8 SUVs aren't about hype. They're about what matters most: low maintenance, strong resale value, and real-world dependability. Whether it's hybrid efficiency, rugged all-wheel drive, or long-term luxury, each one is built to save you time, money, and regret down the line. If you're serious about getting the most out of your next SUV, this list is the right place to start. Like the video if it helped. Tell me in the comments which one you'd take home.